Hey there, thanks for listening and welcome to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you're looking to grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact, all while staying true to who you are and the people you serve, this is the show for you. I'm Jennifer Tamborski, digital marketing strategist, fractional CMO, and founder of Virtual Marketing Experts. My team and I work with 6- and 7-figure coaches, consultants, and online entrepreneurs who are tired of playing the guru game of one-size-fits-all marketing. They're ready to create a business and marketing strategy that actually builds relationships with their ideal clients, creates massive shifts in their business, and rapidly increases their revenue. As your marketing matchmaker, I'm going to help you find the perfect marketing match for you. This show will teach you how to reach your ideal client, connect with your audience, build that perfect relationship, and generate more revenue. All through a process I like to call dating your ideal client. Now let's go have some fun. Hey there, welcome back to Marketing Matchmaker. Today's episode, we are actually circling back into Facebook ads. If you missed last week's episode, I took a little bit of a break from Facebook ads, mainly because I had a really awesome interview that I wanted to share with you guys, all about sales. And while lead development and lead generation is what we do here, our job is to get you the leads so you can sell them. So I'm always happy to bring on those experts in their field that can help you really move your business forward. And so last week's episode was all about sales. This week's episode, we're diving right back into Facebook ads because I think there's been a lot of confusion lately about whether Facebook ads still work, how they work, what's the best way to go about using them. Reality is Facebook ads are still really effective. Paid traffic in general is a great way to grow and scale your business because it helps you to move faster. Organic traffic is fabulous and content is so super important to be sharing with your audience. However, if you really want to get the data faster and move faster and scale faster, paid traffic is the way to go. So the first 2 episodes we're really talking about of this series, we're really talking about the what and why of Facebook ads, and really kind of what you wanted to use them for. This episode is all about targeting. I often say that Facebook can target people down to their shoe size. And while that's a bit of an exaggeration, it's not by much. Now, that being said, Facebook has also has become more and more aware of the ability and their responsibility when it comes to our data. And because of that, there have been changes, and there are continuing changes on and on and on about the data that we can get, who we can target, how we can target them. Sometimes there are things that get removed from the targeting system that people were using. And that's all around Facebook trying to make their platform better for the consumer, as well as the audience that is following you. The reality is Facebook is a business, and if their consumers are not happy with how they use their data, they're going to lose consumers, which then means you lose audience members. So there's a good balance between what we need as business owners and marketers in order to market our business and what Facebook is able to provide based on what their subscribers want and need. So that's just something to keep in mind, that sometimes an audience that you were using could get taken away, and it's up to you to figure out how to target them in a different way. So let's talk about targeting and Facebook ads. So one of the areas where Facebook really shines better than almost any other platform is their targeting. It's how you are able to select your audience from Facebook. which means that you can do things by like targeting people based on their geographic area. So if you work or live in or want to target people, say, in just the United States or just Canada, or maybe you want to target people on the entire planet, you are able to do that with their geographic targeting. Really helps, especially when you have clients or when you are a service provider that really is specific about who they work with. Maybe you're a therapist or a coach and you're only licensed in Tennessee, so you need to target just Tennessee. Facebook allows you to do that. It also allows you to target based on where you're getting better results, right? Sometimes you can find out, hey, a lot of people in California really like my stuff, so let me target specifically California and see how that works out. So geographic targeting is really helpful in that. If you have a brick and mortar, it is super vital to use geographic targeting, because you can target down to a zip code, down to 10-mile radius around your location, which if you have a brick and mortar will be incredibly helpful to you. The other things that Facebook does really well is allow you to create different audiences based on your target market's interests or behavior. These are called saved audiences, and this is really designing your audience based on what it is that they think, hear, see, do, buy. This is where that whole knowing your ideal client inside and out better than anyone else comes in super important. You can actually target people based on things that they do. If you're a coach, maybe you want to target people based on the fact that they like personal development, or the fact that they are looking at weight loss. If you're a weight loss coach, you can actually target people based on them trying different dieting programs or meal plan programs, like, Weight Watchers, or those Blue Apron boxes, or any of those kind of things are on there, and it allows you to really target people based on what it is they're doing that will connect to what it is you're doing. If you're a really high-end coach, right, and you are targeting people that you want them to be making 6-7 figures and beyond, it is super important to target them on other things other than just the fact that they follow personal development. Quite honestly, almost everybody follows personal development in one place or another. Or if they're following Tony Robbins, or they're following Brene Brown, or any of the other people out there in the industry, you can actually secondarily qualify them based on some of the other things they're doing. So maybe your ideal target market is educated. You want them to have a college education or a PhD or something along that lines. You can actually add that in there, which will help you to really target the people who are actually going to take that next step with you. It's about creating a quality targeting system rather than quantity targeting system. Now, I will say this. Facebook lately has been pushing more and more to allow their algorithm to target for you. So sometimes having a broad audience will work better. So if it's women, 18 to 25, and that's your target audience, and you allow Facebook to do the rest, their algorithm, their bots, their AI is incredibly good at doing that. I try testing because of that. Sometimes Facebook brings in quality and sometimes it doesn't. So I find it's best to test different things. One of them is a super broad audience. Let Facebook do its thing. And then also targeting another audience based on what it is that they do or think or follow or buy. That allows me to see if I know my audience better than Facebook does. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It all just really depends on how the algorithm is running, and also your copy, your messaging, and your imaging creatives. Those are all super important because you are really able to call out your audience in your copy. So if you are looking to connect with entrepreneurs, you can actually call in your copy itself, you can call out, hey, entrepreneurs struggling with sales, right? Those are things that are available to you through Facebook to try and help support the targeting that you're doing. One of the other things that I really want to make sure that we touch on today is Facebook's two biggest, I think, bang for your bucks. And that is your custom audiences. Custom audiences are those that are based off of people who actually have interacted with you. They've gone to your website. They are on your email list. They've liked or followed your Facebook page. They've done something with your ad. All of those things allow you to target them based on the activity that they've done and interaction with you, which makes it so much easier to retarget people. So for instance, if you've sent out an awareness ad based on video views and people watch that awareness ad, you can retarget them to ask them to do the next step, whether that's signing up for your lead magnet or your webinar or buying something, whatever that next step is. You're able to do that through custom audiences. And even better than that, well, I don't know that it's better, but just as important as that are lookalike audiences. And this is really your ability to take your audience, your buyers, and create a new audience based on all of their personal information. So what they like to do, who they are, where they are, all of that kind of stuff then goes into Facebook, and they create what's called a lookalike audience. This audience is generally more targeted than the saved audiences, because these are people, it's based off of people who have already connected with you. They've bought from you, they're on your lead magnet, whatever the thing is that you're creating that lookalike audience off of, they are already, the people that you're creating the audience based on are already interested in you, which allows you to then target more people that are like your ideal client. Now, there are a couple of things about a lookalike audience. First, you need somewhere between 100 and 1,000 people to create a really good lookalike audience. The more people you have, honestly, the better your targeting will be and the better your lookalike audience will be. So avoid rushing into creating a lookalike audience until you've actually got a good base on it. The second thing is with a lookalike audience is that sometimes the lookalike audience, depending on how you do it, Facebook may not have grabbed all of that information. That's primarily because of iOS 14 update. It's kind of screwed up how Facebook captures data when it comes to people on your website or doing things like that. So if you're trying to create a lookalike audience based on activity on your website, it's a little trickier and it may not be the highest quality. However, if you're creating a lookalike audience based off of your email list or your client list or activities that have happened within Facebook, like they've liked your page or they've interacted with your video or they've talked to you on Messenger or any of those kind of things, that lookalike audience has a much higher rate of success than one that's anyone who's landed on your website. We used to be able to, we still can do this, but we don't necessarily get the data as well. Before iOS 14, we were able to just target all of the people that landed on your website and target them based on what they did on the site itself. That's become a little bit more difficult. So I always suggest lookalike audience be based off of email list primarily, or activities on Facebook with you. Those kind of things will allow Facebook to create pretty good lookalike audiences. And those lookalike audiences give you the ability to connect with and move forward with a broader audience based on people who actually are already connected to you. So those are the three main types of targeting. So you have your custom audiences, you have your saved audiences, you have your lookalike audiences. Those are what most people use when they're creating Facebook ads. Now there's one more type of audience. I don't use this type of audience, but if you are in this type of business, you might have to. So those are special audiences. And those are audiences for people who do things on Facebook that require a little more verification of who you are. So oftentimes real estate agents, or if you're trying to hire people, or if you're a politician, those types of businesses generally will need to use a special audience. It's really a way for them to verify who you are and that you're going to use Facebook in the way that you should. Targeting is the best thing about Facebook ads. Honestly, they have a better targeting system than just about any other paid ad platform. And by using it well and effectively, you're really able to grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact. Thank you for listening to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your feedback. Please head over to iTunes and leave a review so we can hear from you. And if you are a coach, consultant, or online course creator who are looking to grow your business, increase your income, and scale your impact, connect with me at yourmarketingmatchmaker.com. I look forward to hearing from you.